Hello and great morning, everyone. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter how many times I throw the cards, they come out that Trump is screwed. He is going down. So I threw the cards yet again today on the fraud trial. And I'm using a couple of other new decks, and I'll show you what it came out to be. It's like you just can't make this up. You couldn't have thought what to put down here that would be any more concise than what this says. So it says, first thing we have out, overview of all this. Believe Engoron is a warrior fighting for the truth. Okay, when it comes to juggling and balancing this in the long term, okay, he wants to make this right. When it comes to the financial things and the things that 45 has done, okay, with his business practices for years and years and years, okay. So, people are saying, why is it taking so long for this decision to come down? Well, part of it is, his, what's his name? Weisselberg the Weaselberg there. He is going to take another plea deal. Okay, and also the monitor has gotten back with the information. So when we do this, believe the warrior fearless, standing strong, he's standing for the right. And we're going to break this down because this is the easiest way to read it. He's ending his ability to juggle all this stuff. Okay, Trump has juggled this stuff for years. He gives false information, about his apartment that he had up there, his penthouse, 3 times the size it actually is, etc., etc., etc. So this is about ending his ability to continue to juggle any of this stuff, okay? It's coming to the end point. What's crossing it is the end, okay? So what we have underneath of it all is the manipulations by Trump. The history, and the judge is getting ready to rule on this. So he's looking at the center, all the manipulations that Trump did, the history of it, and he is going to make the judgment, which is going to what? End Trump's ability to anyway manipulate the system any longer. You can't make this up. Okay? Is this perfect or what? So what we have as the foundation is retreating this, ending this, taking it to its conclusion when it comes to Donald J. Trump's a merchant thing that he desired, what he was doing, and going forward to let his ships come in by manipulation. By what? He was selling what he wanted them to hear in order to proffer, okay? And this, again, the foundation is that's coming to an end. Judge Engoron is going to shut that down from his ability to sell. Now, also, what I just got through this, he's going to be done when it comes to getting money. What did his sons say? We get our money from Russia, okay? He's got nothing to trade anymore, okay? They're not going to want to do business with him any longer. Anybody, banks and stuff, he's done when it comes to his being able to manipulate this stuff any longer. That is coming to an end. So when I see that as ending being able to get anything from banks, from Russia, from any of these things because he is found out he's a criminal. They will find out also more about his money laundering, things that he has been engaged in for years and years and years. That's also coming down. So we have above it the strength of the investigation as to what he was doing. 3 major arcana, all 3 major arcana, okay? They have got him dead to rights, 100%, okay? There is no way that he can weasel his way out of this, okay? It's too strong of an investigation. I mean, it is clamped tight when it comes to who was controlling, who was doing this. So what we have, what was going on now, they look at, what he was trying to get away with, and they were talking with the experts. Now, the one that was overseeing this, again, this judge that was monitoring things, found out that he was still trying to get away with stuff. So that's why I say, what was being asked for by Letitia James, the monetary thing, he's going to get hit even harder, way harder, because he's continued to try to get away with this stuff, okay? And the powers that be are looking at this, at the takeaway, and wanting to, bring it to this conclusion in a fair and balanced way, okay? To stop his ability to manipulate the system. So what we have in the past, we look at the monetary things he's gotten, and the outcome is, of course, he is not going to like what's coming down, because it is going to be really devastating for Trump and the Trump family. So, you just add this to the last reading that I did, that the whole family is going down. This is going to affect the whole Trump organization, not only in New York, okay? This is going to have far-reaching consequences when it comes to being able to get loans anywhere, get anyone to work with him. So believe, even though it's taking a while, that Judge Engoron is fighting for justice. And, 45 and his criminal enterprise is going to go down. And like I said, the one in Georgia that's coming for RICO, he's going to go down on that, as well as running a criminal enterprise. I'm surprised they haven't brought RICO charges for him in other ways, also federally. So maybe that will come down, because what I saw when he became president way back then, if you look at my readings, I said at that point, he will be taken down on RICO. He will be charged with RICO. Now, I think it will still maybe even more extensive than in Georgia, okay, when they look into the money laundering and the other stuff that they're now investigating as well, and his the fraud that he's done with what do they call it, the wire thing, from his donations and the things that he's doing, and the way he got donations, and dirty money that's being done. There's more coming out. They are, this is just the tip of the iceberg at this point. But like I said, way back, if you read my things, when he got into office, way back, I said he will be taken down on RICO. That's his end point, okay? Now, whether he, can stay standing upright to that point, we'll see, because I also feel that he is This is affecting his circulatory system, and I just keep feeling that he may eventually have a massive heart attack or a stroke, but I'm feeling more that he's going to have some sort of a stroke that will basically lay him low if it doesn't take him out entirely. But we'll have to wait and watch and see. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to leave that here, but that reading was, you couldn't have sat there and tried to think, what cards can you put out, to manufacture this? I mean, it's like, oh my Lord. That comes out and you look at it and you're going, ooh, doesn't matter how many times I throw the cards, it still comes out. Even more depth with it, that he is down for the count. This is going to totally take him out. Now today, they did get the ruling back that no, he's not immune, and of course he's going to take it yet again because that's all he's known. Drag it through the courts, drag it through the courts, drag it through the courts. It's the way he's done his business for years. Yes, it's what he would do to, contractors, etc., people that would get into business with him. He goes, well, sue me, and then he'd drag it through the court. They didn't have the money to drag it through the courts like that, so he would wind up winning. He would ruin companies. They would have to go out of business. This man is a criminal, and he's been a criminal for years and years and years, and this is how he uses and abuses the justice system. Okay? Drag it out. Oh, little court, next court. Didn't win there, next court. Didn't win there, next court. He'll drag it out, if he can, for years. But unfortunately, this time, he's dealing with the government, not a small business that he can bamboozle, that doesn't have the money to fight it, okay? He's met his match on this one, okay? And if he thinks that this is going to go to the Supreme Court, and because he appointed some of those people to the Supreme Court, that they're going to uphold it and he's going to get immunity from everything, he's got another thing coming. Okay? That's not going to happen. His only hope is to drag this out, that they won't rule on it quickly. So we'll have to see. But this needs to be ruled on, and it needs to be done ASAP. But his hope is that none of this stuff comes down. He doesn't get convicted, and he can get back into office so that he can, again, use and abuse the office of the presidency to make money by selling secrets to foreign governments, etc. And it was a money-making machine for him. And as much as they want to talk about Hunter Biden and the Bidens, which they have done nothing wrong, okay, his criminal enterprise, $2 billion from the Saudis to his son-in-law. Come on, let's look at it realistically. This crime family needs to go down. And all of their bad things they want to project onto the Bidens. And there's nothing there. As much as they've dug and dug and dug, there's nothing there. Other than what they tried to manufacture by taking things out of context, etc. But when you look into the realistic thing of it, you see that the Bidens have done nothing wrong. Other than Hunter Biden, okay, Hunter Biden's he was into drugs and he's got some things but that's on Hunter. It has nothing to do with his father, okay? His father is clean. He's been in government for so many years and nothing. And Trump's criminal organization was in there for how long of a time? Short time. And in all this time, 91 now, is it 91 or 93 charges? And people want to say it's all made up. The MAGA crowd wants to believe 90-something charges you want to think has all made up. Oh, Lord, I wish these people would wake up and see, smell the coffee, wake up, get a reality check. So on that note, I'm going to leave that here. We'll see you online. Oh, my goodness.